Welcome to the Reinventing the Tattoo community, where Guy Aitchison invites tattooers, apprentices, collectors, and the curious to come together and share inspirational stories, inspire each other, and create better art and ultimately better tattoos. This is Tent Talks with Robert Schaal. Every other Sunday we beam into the Chicago area. 815, is that the area code? Rob? Perfect, the 815, and catching up with all sorts of tattoo history. He's beaming right in from Milton Zeis's tent. And this is now beaming out on, let's see, a bunch of YouTube channels and Facebooks. But the main place for you to always figure out this live programming is the Reinventing the Tattoo community. You could find it at either of the app stores, either the Google Play Store or the Apple Store, as well as going straight to community.reinventingthetattoo.com. And we have tons of events coming up. We have regular reinventing drawing groups that happen every Sunday at 1 o'clock, with Jason Lesser, happened earlier today. And then every Monday morning at 9 o'clock with Jake Meeks from the Fireside Tattoo Network. Every noon on Monday, we have Let's Talk Tattoo with Mark Lascarbo from Needlejig. And then Monday nights, we have subscriber exercises. So if you are coughing up the bucks for the Reinventing the Tattoo canon, the actual online subscription and course, then you get exclusive live exercises every Monday night with Guy Aitchison and the rest of the Reinventing crew. Tattoo Collecting Podcast happens every Thursday at noon, and you could find all of the replays of all of these shows right in the library on that community, in either the app or on the website. Also, the only other place other than the app to catch us all the time or to get all the latest info would be the Reinventing the Tattoo YouTube channel. It's brand new, so please go check it out. Click subscribe and all of that. Let's see. Other upcoming special events. Let's see. So this Tuesday, the 9th, is going to be, we have two awesome events. We've got at 8 o'clock, we're starting the infamous Drunk Critique, co-hosted by Bob Tyrell and Tony Rommel of Tattoo Society magazine. Actually, we've got a write-up in the last Tattoo Society. You should definitely get a copy of it for the 9-hour epic Drunk Critique. It was out of control. We will not go 9 hours. We will go through 2 or 3 hours maybe. Anyways, that starts at 8 o'clock. And go to drunkcritique.com if you want to submit your tattoos or for the instructions on how to submit your tattoos. And then we also have Hablamos de Arte. Oh, man. A Spanish-speaking art jam that's happening at 9 o'clock on Tuesday. And then before we transition into the Tent Talk, I do have a minute-long teaser video for an amazing event that's happening March 20th. It's the virtual spring equinox festival with Android Jones doing the visuals and Aja Lu doing the soundtrack to it. Anyways, I do want to plug our sponsors. That is the people who make these webcasts free. InkjetStencils.com, eco-friendly Epson tanks. You fill it up with their inkjet stencil juice, and then you can print out your stencils straight from your iPad or from your computer. And you can get 5 free stencils if you send in your pictures to them, and you can find that out, all that information about how to do that on the app. If you scroll right there in the main menu, there's an Inkjet Stencils link. Also want to plug Loose Screw Tattoo in Richmond, Virginia, Jesse Smith's tattoo shop. They are now currently hiring an awesome tattooer, black and gray color. It's a wicked busy shop. Awesome tattooers there. Jesse's very entrepreneurial in spirit, as well as an amazing artist and a crazy, awesome artist. He's got bodysuits left and right. And the people that go there are awesome. So let them know that you found out about the position right here on Reinventing, and they'll know what kind of tattooer you are already. That's loosescrewtattoo.com, and they have a join link. Also want to thank Raw Pigments, and if you are looking for really awesome pigments, then you should be going as close to the source as you can. rawpigments.co.com. Do a search for Raw Pigments, and you will also find them in the sponsor section of the mobile app. Okay, I think that is what we've got. Oh, I would also like to thank some of our affiliates, or one in particular, the Fireside Tattoo Network. And you could definitely check them out on either the podcast store or the YouTube channel. And then, yeah, I'm going to be hopping off and handing this over to Rob with Tent Talks. But first, I've got a 1 minute video that's going to be about this event for Android Jones. It's coming right up. We'll see you on the other side of this with Rob. Okay, you're up, Rob.
All right, welcome everybody. My name is Robert Schaal. I'm the host at Tent Talks here in Rockford, Illinois. I do a lot of historical tent talks and invite guests, friends of mine, and people that I've met, people that I want to meet. We invite them to the show. A lot of people have historical memorabilia they want to show off or talk about, or just some old stories. Nothing too heavy here. We just talk about tattoo stuff. We have a good time. We do a little drinking. We do a little smoking. So, you know, if you're opposed to any of that, this might not be the show for you. But yeah, we do some tent talk with Kurt Dishwin. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, Kurt, and then introduce your friend with you and explain where you're from and what part of the state you're from. Go ahead, Kurt.
Hey, yeah. So I'm Kurt Windish, and this is my buddy Sevil James. We're here in York, Pennsylvania, where I built the last tattooing. We got some history here, just like everybody else, and I guess that's what we're here to talk about.
Kurt.
Yeah.
How long have you been tattooing?
I've been tattooing since 2008, so you know I don't have a lot of the history that you guys do. We're gonna be talking with 70 years plus tattoo experience between the three of you guys. So
Absolutely.
I'm kind of just here to watch and learn, you know.
Have a good time and facilitate.
That's right.
You want to go ahead and introduce yourself, James?
Yeah, man. My name's Sevil. I'm from Built to Last Tattooing. Professionally, I've been tattooing 25 years, 20 years at least in this building here that we're at now, York, Pennsylvania.
Nice. So you were in Chicago when John was tattooing. John Clue was tattooing around there, huh?
I was not, no. I'm at York, Pennsylvania, man.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you were maybe like, so you don't tattoo around the New York area, mostly Pennsylvania?
Yeah, it's all Pennsylvania, really, man. I've been around. I actually saw a guy tattooing John's back once in 1996 in Miami, and I was about blown away. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, amazing.
But, yeah, it was cool, man.
Well, I got this package. I got this package in the mail from you guys, man.
Oh, cool.
So we're gonna open this package and take a little peek and check out and see what you got. See what the
I'm glad you got it in time, man. Cool.
Yeah. All right. What is some of this stuff, James?
Most of it's acetates. I think there's some business cards I've acquired through people over the years. Some from Peter Eagle. There's 2 cards from him. The one is pretty rare. You'll see the logo or the art on it is pretty amazing. That's a rare one. The other ones was just a standard card.
Amazing.
But the acetates are from Stanley and Walter Moskowitz from the Bowery in New York City.
Very cool.
I got lucky enough one time a few years back, and I found a deal with a guy named Cliff White who was parting with it. I got there, you know, we worked it out, and I got this cabinet, man, full acetates. It's pretty amazing stuff.
Wow, that is crazy. That's that red and black one in back of you, correct?
Yeah, man. Cliff repainted it. I'm not sure what it looked like before. I never saw the pictures, but in the drawers here, they're full, man. Just of different bags. I guess the book company edited it. Try to put them in categories. Like this one says women. This bag. And man, there's so many.
Very cool, man.
Yeah, they're all just different ones. Tons of them, man.
You know, this is really one of a kind. I mean, there's got to be thousands of these things in
Yeah,
there.
those are amazing.
And could you imagine the work that you'd have to do just to make a stencil? You know?
That's crazy, man. These cards are super old, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you know.
75.
You know, so I've been tattooing for 13 years, and you know, I never saw this stuff. I came in on the tail end of making needles, and so I learned how to make needles and solder the bars and all that stuff, but never this kind of work. And if you think about how easy our lives are tattooing today versus this, I mean, it's amazing. We really owe a lot to these people for kind of pioneering to pave the way to where we are right now. You know?
Yeah, these are amazing. These are totally amazing, man.
Yeah, yeah. So what do you got over there, Rob? What did we send you?
Dude, let me check. Let me show you this. Let me get this out real quick.
Yeah.
These are super crazy. Where did you say that chest was from again? That box that you got?
The cabinet here is from the Bowery in New York City. I believe
That's
most
where
of them are probably
that's where I got the New York from. Okay.
Yeah, you got it now.
All right. Okay.
I assume most of them are probably from the 60s, late 60s, 70s, and 80s. I assume. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a piece of white paper for this, man. These are super amazing. Hold on one second.
Right.
If I would have known what was in this beautiful package you sent me, I'd have had this white paper ready to roll. But yeah, check this out, man.
Yes,
Man,
sir.
super amazing, dude.
Yeah. So hey, why don't we explain what these are and how they were used? Why don't you let people know? Because I bet there's people watching this that have no idea what this is.
Absolutely. They're like, what are those plastic things? What are those shrinky dinks they got?
That's right.
All right, let me show you this one here. This one here, and you can tell how black they are because they've been used.
Yeah, some of them still have the dust in them.
These are actually double-sided as well. So you got the right arm and you got the left arm. Yeah, these are nice, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate this, brother. These are super amazing. Man, there's a stack of them too, man. You get this.
Yeah, so you know, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I've never used one of these, but basically they just they sprinkle dust on there. So they engrave these. They engrave these, right? Is it charcoal?
yeah, there's like an engraving pen you use. You like make like a divot in it. You put like some Vaseline on, I believe, a little bit of charcoal, put it on, and within like 3 wipes, that thing's gone.
Yeah.
Your whole guideline, I believe, man. Unless you got a different way to do it, but
No, that's how they did it. They'd take the black powder, rub it in there real good. They'd put a little Vaseline on your arm, and they'd take that thing, put that thing on there, and press it on, pull it off, and no forgiveness. You wipe a line, and you better know how to draw that, because if you don't know how to draw, your ass is in trouble. I could tell you a little story about one of the first tattoos I did, but I don't want to put myself out there. But she came in asking for a dolphin, and she left with a tiger shark.
Oh shit.
Woo, that was like the first week's tattooing though. Don't hold it against me. Don't hold it against me.
Did you ever use the acetate, Rob?
I never did, man. I came in like Kurt was saying. I came in when they were going out of style, and my uncle and a couple other people when I was a kid, I used to walk down to the shop when I was like in 6th, 7th grade, and every day I'd go down to the tattoo shop and I'd watch them tattoo and stuff, and they were just transitioning out of them then. This was like in 86 and 87. They were just kind of getting rid of them at the shop that I had seen, because I had seen them laying around. And then later on in 2000, when I went there, they were all in the basement. They were throwing them away. And even my dumbass, I was throwing them away too. But I didn't know. I was just like, man, get rid of this trash. And we were throwing them all away, dude. We threw away all of the, oh man, we threw away so many. I kicked myself in the ass for it. But yeah, man, I actually never got a chance to tattoo with these, thank God. Because like you said, man, the forgiveness is, woo, man, you gotta be some kind of special dude to tattoo with these stencils for sure, man. These are amazing.
Could you imagine being an apprentice, right? You know, this is your first tattoo, right? And you know how you're nervous about that shit wiping off. Anyway, with Halifax stencils, right? Can you imagine with this? Holy shit.
Whole new game, man. Dude, these are amazing, dude. Oh, here, let me show you this one too. Dude, these are nice. These are really nice. How long have you been? What's some of the first tattoo machines you used, Jim? I mean, James.
Well, the first when I started, I got Spalding stuff like a lot of people at that age, you know. And like 95, you know, I was like kind of lucky to get Spalding machines. To be honest, it was either that National or like Kaplan stuff around here that I knew of, and I finally got a set of equipment off a guy, you know, I hardly knew, and I called him like a week or two later, and asked him a question about putting the stencil on. He said, "Man, if you ever call here again, I'll fucking kill you." And I was, oh my God, dude! All right, hung up the phone too, you know, quickly after. Yeah, I don't know. That's how it was around here back then. You know, nobody would share that. And this is 95. I tried to get equipment before in like 93, 94. And the guy ripped me off, you know, and there wasn't much I could really do about it. I wasn't even 18. So
yeah,
it was a different world for me, man. I didn't grow up around it too much, you know. But here I am now. And this is what I do now, man. I'm absorbed by it. That's all I do.
How did you get into the tattoo industry? Did you have family members in the tattoo industry, or did you have friends?
No, not at all. Not at all. No.
Huh?
You know, I don't know. I was doing music and stuff, and I wanted to be a musician, and all the hardcore punk rock people all had like a lot of tattooing, and I wanted it too. And I didn't have any money, man. I was 16, 17 years old, and you know, coming up with $50 wasn't easy. You know, so I started getting tattoos, and I was like, man, I got to figure out how to do this because I want my whole body covered. Man, it was a hard road. Finally, when I was 18, after 2 years of trying, I got a foot in the door finally, and I just kept tight with everybody, you know, that helped me out, and here I am now. We're doing pretty well here, you know. We got a building now. We got 2 floors we're tattooing on. It's pretty fresh, man. We're doing good.
Super cool. You said something about that box back there being repainted. You want to tell us a story about why that was possibly repainted, and the story of maybe how you obtained that? I want to hear about that.
I'll let you know. It's hypothetically, I guess. I think that's the way to say it. I mean, obviously, I wasn't there, but you know, and if I'm wrong, you know, maybe somebody can correct me, you know, but I don't know for sure. But what I've heard, you know, through the grapevine, through people that are in the industry that, you know, talk to a lot of the old timers, that, you know, it's possible, but I'm not sure. And I hate to say this if it's wrong, but apparently, you know, Walter at one point might have taken his own life in the shop. And, you know, when he did it, I think he used a pistol, I'm told, but I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't there. And probably a lot of the remnants, when you do something like that, went all over the shop. So it's possible that's why it was repainted, you know, power washed. All these acetates, each one of them have been wiped with vinegar. Like if you open one of these bags, oh my God, you can smell the vinegar from like 3 feet away.
Right.
But that's, I guess, the editors, from this company, Cliff and this company here made a couple books, and this is the first one. I think there's more now, but it has some of the acetates in it. And I think the book editors, I don't know if you can see it there, but I think the book editor or somebody at the book company wiped all these down and organized them by, like religious or snakes or
Oh yeah.
reptiles. There's all kinds of bags that have different labels on them.
Can you hold that book up close to the camera?
Yeah, man, this is the one Cliff published with Schiffer. Yeah. And I believe now, I saw the other day randomly, I was looking for something else. And I think there's 3 or 4 of these now.
Nice, man. Nice.
Yeah, it's a hardback book. One of my friends had it, before I had the cabinet. When he saw it, let's see if I can show you. Can you see that, man? Is that all right?
Oh yeah.
And he had it, and he was like, "Man, I made a lot of money off this book." He's like, "I can't believe you have all this cabinet." And he's like, "I can't believe how many more there are."
Yeah, that's
even if they publish 3 or 4 of those hardback books, there's so many acetates, there could be 6 more books coming.
Right. That's kick ass, dude. And you have all the acetates in that book, man. That's amazing, dude.
Yeah, I couldn't even catalog all this if I tried. It would take me a year.
Oh yeah, I bet, dude. When just these, man, these are these acetates you sent me are just absolutely amazing. Whoever did these, man, did a fabulous job.
There's some of them are engraved or have initials on them, and I've talked to a few people about it, because there's just so many. There's ones that say Howie. What's the other one? Jake. We found some that were Owen Jensen signed in there. There's some. There's a lot of old time heavy hitters in there, but it's just so much to go through.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't think like the book editor or Cliff probably never looked at every single one, but the book editor and stuff probably, they're not tattoo artists, or they wouldn't know. They didn't know when they were going through them that one set like Owen, Jensen. It's interesting, and I still haven't. My friend went through it for about an afternoon. He found a couple from Owen Jensen, but we still haven't gone through every bag. There's too many.
It looks like thousands and thousands of those.
Yeah, there's God, I don't know, man. There's at least probably 2,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's amazing. I can't believe they even had to hand cut all these, and then they had to catalog them in there so that they could, get them out to work with them again, or you'd have to cut the acetate again every day.
Yeah, that's amazing.
They were using the same acetate over and over again. I'm pretty sure, man.
I see one right here that you gave me. It's got a balance on it. These had to be good tattoo artists, man. Because I can tell you right now, here's why I can tell you for a fact these were good tattoo artists. A $20 deposit and an $80 balance for this tattoo. I mean,
yeah, you figure that's probably in the 80s too, or 70s, or 70s.
Yeah, 60s, 70s, or 80s. So nowadays, this is probably like a $300 tattoo. So if this dude was charging $100 back then, he was getting top dollar, man. Yeah,
I went through them very quickly to give some of those to have Kurt send to you, and
man, this is amazing.
I tried to grab some that were a little different, that you could see more of what was going on.
Yeah, this is really nice, man. Yeah, I appreciate that, dude. This is, man, I don't even know if you can see this one. This is how sweet it is. Nice dragon on there. But it doesn't even have the black powder on it, so it's going to be hard to see, but let me try it anyway. Yeah, it's really hard to see this one. All the other ones are used. These are all used. You can see them really right over it. But yeah, this dragon, this is a super sweet stencil, dude. Whoever did this had to, yeah, dude, this is a good tattoo artist right here, brother. Yeah, man, awesome. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. It's a lifetime of work in that cabinet, man. It's I can't even believe I got blessed enough to even have it in my possession.
Anybody watching the show or checking it out or sees the cabinet or has anything or any information on that, go ahead and shoot him on his Instagram and hit him up with a message. And you know, obviously he doesn't know as much as he'd like to know on it, so this is the time to do it. It's a tent talk, so if you have any information on it, man, reach out to him and share some of the information and knowledge that you might have with it. That's cool, man. That's cool for you to get that stuff, man. Anybody that's hating on you for having that's just a hater, dude, because that's super special. And it looks like you're doing some good stuff with it, man.
I don't sell them. They're not for sale. You know, for people I know or collect, you know, they're welcome to have a couple if they stop by, you know, and they're really interested. I can tell, you know, if somebody's serious about it.
Yeah.
I'll give somebody a couple away because there's no reason for me to have this many. But it's important to keep it together, in my opinion.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely, especially with those books that they're putting out of that particular flash. I know how important that is, man. Because I mean, I have some flashes, not like that, but I have some. Well, hold on one second, and we'll talk about your stuff. But I got some stuff kind of like that, bro. And I'm gonna
break it out, man. I want to see it too.
All right, hold on. Let me get it real quick. Let me grab something real quick for a half a second.
You bring up your story about that tent. The tent that you have there, Milton Zeis' tent.
I'll give you a little like this right here. This book right here is by Spider Webb, and this is his book of flash, military flash, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
well, I've obtained all the original military flash that Spider Webb got from Milton Zeis. I collect all 815 stuff, Milton Zeis, Doc King, a lot of 815 stuff. If you're from the 815, and you're a cool tattoo artist, and I like you personally, I got your shit. I got some of your shit in my shop for sure. This is Spider Webb. He came to Rockford, Illinois, and hung out with Milton Zeis when he was like 20 years old. And Milton Zeis gave him like 8 to 10 sheets of flash, and I got the flash that's in his book. So yeah, I like that stuff.
The originals that are in that book?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I got all the originals.
Hey, just real quick, tell us about that tent.
This tent, here, I'll back out to a different camera and you can see it. And this particular tent, Milton Zeis used to tattoo in this tent in the early like 30s, 40s, and 50s. He'd go all over the country in a 6x20 tent, and he would sell tents as well too. This one here was his personal tent. His family had it in his house where he used to tattoo at, and they thought it was gone. And then the basement flooded one time, and they took out everything in the basement, and they found like 5 or 6 racks of these books, tattooing the world over, and they found this tent and the sign, that sign right above me, like right here, this sign right here. I got a story behind that too, which we'll save for a different time. But that particular sign was right above Milton Zeis's tattoo tent, just like this when he tattooed. And then when he retired / went to his house, he had that particular sign above his kitchen door for since before I was born. And I went there and I met Milton Zeis's stepdaughter Mary and her husband and stuff like that. And I became friends with them. And they come to the shop a couple times. She gets her nails done next door. That's how I originally met her. And then lo and behold, one day he came in. He's like, "Rob, man, I want to show you something." And then what he wanted to show me was this tent. And this tent, I ended up obtaining it, and it was he took it all over the United States and all the carnivals and all the circuses, and he tattooed out of it. And they had flash racks out front, and I got other pictures and stuff like that where they're actually tattooing out of it in Pecatonica at the Winnebago County Fair. And I used to tattoo out of it all the time. You can actually see, if I move this mannequin, you'll see some tattoo ink on it.
Man, that thing's like legendary.
How big is that tent? Like, how many feet?
It's a 16 by 20. See that spot of ink on the tarp?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, it's from the probably 30s, 40s, and 50s, because he was actually selling these tents in the 50s and 60s. You could actually buy these tents from him. I got catalogs out here too of where he was selling them. I actually have another tent too, dude. From New York. Nobody's ever seen it. Nobody's never seen this tent. Fuck, man, I almost want to show it, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna save it because this is about you guys. But I got some New York and I got some East Coast stuff that I'm gonna be showing in one of these upcoming events. It's a tent. I actually have the 12 by 12 tent too, Kurt. He used to sell the 16 by 20s, and he also sold a 12 by 12. His 12 by 12 tents were actually out of New York. Because I have one of the 12 by 12s that he has, and it's from New York. It's matter of fact, let me see what it says on it. It says Eureka, New York. So yeah, it's a awning company there. And when I got them from her, she pulled out the tents and she said, "There's 2 tents, Rob, that you can have them both. They were both Milton Zeis's tents." And I was like, fuck. Kind of blown away. I was like, really, man? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, well, really, honestly, I told them this. I told them at first, I said, really, I don't even want to buy them, man, because I don't want to take the tents from you guys, man, because they're super fucking, they're worth a lot of money, and they're gonna be someone in your family's gonna really want these tents. I said, so really, I want them, but I don't want them. And then she's like, okay, well, that's fine. And I didn't buy them, dude. I didn't buy them that time. And then she came back about a year later. And I'm not going to put their business in the street, but they had some issues and they needed the money. And they're like, check this out, Rob. We really need the money, and I'd like to let you get this tent because I know it's in good hands with you, man. I got a feeling it's in good hands with you. I was like, all right, well, bam, here we go. Bam. I racked them off the money, and I took the tents and the books and stuff, and I brought them all here. And it's been pretty much history since then. And I have that little secret weapon from New York back there in my bag. And it's a New York tent. And I mean, I like it. I really do. I like it because it's Milton Zeis's. But you know, if I find someone that likes it as much as me, I could probably part with it, possibly. I don't know. I'd probably talk to Melissa Pitney first, which owns Zeis Studios. She's the great granddaughter of Milton Zeis, and she does run Zeis Studios. So I probably am going to give her the first option if she wants it, you know, because it was her great grandfather's, and I just think that might be the right thing to do. So if I do that, I think I'll be happy. I'm already happy, but I'll be a little bit more happy with where the tent is and where the other tent's at. I think I'll be more complete with my my having of the stuff, because she really is she's a real collector, and she's a family member too. So I really like for her to have one too. But that's my little tent story. I got a whole bunch of tent talk.
Man, that tent's awesome. I mean, it's just another example of how hard these people work. I mean, can you imagine lugging that thing around, setting it up, on top of all the other shit you gotta do?
Dude, it's amazing. I'm telling you.
It works so hard.
It really is, dude. That the tent, the quality of the tent is, dude, I'm telling you, it's like fucking nothing I've seen. I mean, the only kind of tent that I could even compare this tent to, if you actually seen it, would be like a military grade tent. I mean, there's that big ass hemp line rope that's like rope, and it's woven into like the fabric to where all of the stress lines are super. You're not carrying the tent.
So how much do you think that tent weighs?
Oh man, fuck, dude. When I lifted that one bag up, dude, it's heavy. I'd say,
That's just one bag.
100 pounds, at least probably 100 pounds easy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy. Yeah, it's
I
heavy.
hope you get to keep that up and don't have to take it down.
I used to take it down and then put it up for my events. But I was telling Kurt, I just bought a building down the street, and I'm fortunate enough to have 10 individual rooms where all of the artists can individually tattoo and feel comfortable. And I turned this particular spot into like an art gallery and a tattoo studio where I do the tent talk, and you know, I just hang out with my friends and paint and do stuff like that. So yeah, it's a pretty good time. I think Guy Atkinson will probably be joining us here in a little bit. He usually jumps on, says hi, hangs out, kicks it with us for a little bit. But yeah, man, we're doing a lot of good shit, man. I really like.
It seems like you keep mentioning Rockford, Illinois a lot. I watched the last one, and And that's mostly where your focus is on, preserving the area that you're in, right? Like the history, besides anything and everything. Like, you know, like I said, we're all absorbed by all of it. But is that like one of your main focuses, or keep preserving the history in the area you're in?
Yeah, that's one thing that's kind of why I'm doing this right here, because I'm really not even a podcast or a talking type dude, man. But I am a love tattooing type dude. So I love tattoo artists, and I love fucking painting. And dude, honestly, Kurt is like, I got like 5 people that I'm just crazy over their painting, dude. And Kurt's one of them, Atkinson's one of them, fucking Hubbard's one of them. I mean, Cara Barber's one of them, and she's not in the bio that much, but I just love her stuff. And then Alice Gray's wife, I really like her sacred writings and her symbols and stuff like that. I mean, it might have to do with a little bit of DMT. I might have seen those one time on accident, but that's a whole different story, though.
Oh, man, I can't wait to paint with you.
Yeah, I really like those top 5 people's art, man. So I like to be around them, man. You know what I'm saying? And paint with them. Like Kurt, man. I went to New York one time, and only time actually I went to New York, and it was with Guy and Kurt, and we were in Guy's booth, Hyperspace booth, and dude, I'm real. I mean, Kurt knows this now, but at the time, dude, I was real fucking like kind of scared to paint, bro. Like in front of anybody or around anybody, because I sucked really bad, or in my head I sucked really bad. And but everybody that I see painting that I liked, all my peers and all the people that I tattoo with or whatever, I see them killing it. But yet I can tattoo, and I can do whatever tattoo style, except for portraits and reels and stuff. But when it comes to painting, I just couldn't do it, dude. I couldn't fucking grasp it, dude. Whenever I put down paint, I would glob it, or I would just do some weird shit that just turned out with some just bullshit paint, dude. So whenever I seen people paint, I was real intimidated by it, but I wanted to do it so bad. And so, I mean, early on, not early on, but I'd say probably like 4 or 5 years ago, a guy started showing me how to paint a little bit, and I started really getting into it. But I was still super scared to paint around anybody. Here, let me change my camera. Super fucked up about painting around people, dude, because it's just not at the level that they're painting at, not even close. But I loved it just as much. You know, I was passionate about it, just like my shit was the best. But I knew it wasn't. I'm not blind by no means. So yeah, I'll tell you a story about Kurt one time. Kurt might not admit it, but I'll tell you the story. All right, we were at New York, and we were painting, and Kurt's painting next to me, dude, and I'm fucking scared to even break my painting out just between me. He ain't never heard this, but I'm thinking, holy fuck, look at this dude's painting, dude. I ain't even pull my shit out of the bag. I leave my shit in the thing. So I'm thinking, fuck, man. So now it's like, you know, it's been a while, so I'm like, man, fuck it, dude. I'm just gonna paint. Who gives a fuck what anybody thinks? So I pull my shit out, and I'm over there painting a little bit. And lo and behold, here comes fucking Steve Butcher and shit, all trying to take pictures with Guy. I got my ugly ass little painting out. So I'm kind of fucking overwhelmed with it, dude, because I got painting I'm trying to do, but all these fucking rock star motherfuckers are coming over, and I'm like just kind of, you know, in my element, but out of my element. You know what I'm saying? So Guy's prepping for the night's painting. He's doing a paint jam this night. And Guy looks over at us and he says, hold on. Guy says, Rob, you and Kurt want to sketch those little paintings up for tonight's paint jam, get those ready? And I fucking thought to myself, I'm like, holy shit, did he just ask me to sketch those little fucking boards up for tonight's paint jam? There ain't no fucking way I can do this. There ain't no way. But that's not what he said. He said, can you prep those little boards over there for tonight's paint jam? Which means now I know, because I've been painting with these guys for a long enough time to where I know what he meant now. But at the time I thought he meant, Rob, will you go over there and sketch out some stuff on these boards for the class tonight, because we're going to do a paint jam. And when he said that, dude, I fucking panicked, dude. I didn't want to say nothing to Guy. I stepped the fuck away from Guy, and I'm thinking, how in the fuck can I sketch up paintings for these dudes as paint jam? There ain't no fucking way. So I got away from that as fast as I could. And Kurt comes up to me, he's like, yo, Rob, you gonna help me? I tell Kurt, I'm like, fuck no, I ain't helping you, bro. That's not me, bro. I don't do that. And I walked away because I was embarrassed. And Kurt's like, Kurt didn't know me that well. Kurt didn't know me that well. He knew me. He knew I was friends with Guy, and he knew I was cool. We were all staying in the room together. We were all woo-woo. But he had to think in his head when I said that, well, fuck this dude. He fucked this dude. So I didn't get it at first. But then all of a sudden, later on that night, I see all these gray boards. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, motherfucker, I just dropped the ball, dude. I'm like, I just told this dude I couldn't do that. And all he did is go over there and paint all the boards gray.
I didn't know.
Hold on. Let me finish the story because now Guy might be able to give an amen to this one. I was telling him because I told Guy this story, Kurt. I told Guy, but I never told Guy the story. And remember, I told you, Guy, about we were at Hell City, not Hell City. We were in New York, and we were painting. And you asked,
New York, yep.
You were like, "Hey, Rob, you mind taking these boards over and get these boards ready for the paint jam tonight?" You asked me, and I was like, "Holy fuck!"
Right, I remember that. You thought I was asking you to like do a first pass on him.
Yes. Well, I'm telling Kurt the story now, and so I get there that night, man, and Kurt, I can tell he's not really in love with me. You know what I'm saying? But he's thinking, but he's still cool. He's still cool as a motherfucker. He's still letting me make it. And I kind of realized that I dropped the ball, man. And I'm fucking like, man, I pretty much told this dude I don't do that. And then he's over there. Anyway, long story short. So I told Guy, I'm like, Guy, man, I think fucking I fucked up with Kurt, man. And I already looked up to Kurt. I already loved this fucking dude. This dude was in my top 5 painters in the world, dude. So I already was looking up to this dude. So I didn't want to fucking drop the ball and look like a fucking complete retard. What ended up happening. So anyway, so we go there and we all get our little paintings and stuff. And now I kind of feel like an asshole, but I'm trying to push through it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to push through it. So I paint and stuff, and Kurt paints, and Guy's painting, and we're all like kind of us three kind of passing paintings around to each other and stuff. And I'm feeling super, super cool about it, man. Marcus Leonard's on the fucking big screen with us. We're all
that's right.
We're all talking and chatting. We're having a great time. I'm like probably one of my best times in the tattoo world. It was a really, really good experience. So we're all painting and shit. And then I tell Guy when we get back, I'm like, dude, man, I didn't on purpose, but I think I might have offended fucking Kurt, bro. Can you please tell Kurt that is not what I meant? So I had to go to Guy, kind of tell Guy the story, and then be like, bro, make sure that Kurt don't fucking hate me, dude, because there ain't no way this dude can't not hate me after I did that. So Guy's like, no, he ain't like that, dude. I guarantee you, he probably didn't even give a fuck, Rob. I'm thinking in my head, oh yeah, he gave a fuck. For sure he had to. And Kurt, did you give a fuck or not?
Dude, I didn't even know. Like, I didn't think what
I said.
That's the ironic thing. And you know, how many times do we get so worried about like what other people are thinking when they're thinking something completely different, right?
Yeah. I was like, well, I've done this a million fucking times. I'm gonna whip these out. I didn't think about it at all, dude. Not at all. And I wouldn't have if you didn't want to do it. It's all good.
But that's another thing that makes you a great dude.
Kurt, how you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on? I can't see you. I don't know how to do the screen thing, but
okay. Well, I just look like me sitting in my living room. So
yeah, man, it's been a while.
It's nothing exciting.
Yeah,
I'm wearing a hat and glasses.
Oh,
so,
good.
but you're not missing anything. Got a light form behind me, but no tripod, so it's all wiggly. But what have you been up, butter? You tattooing full time again, or?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So I have everything pretty much. I got a nice amount of work scheduled until my next surgery. So yeah, I'm doing good.
Staying in motion, eh?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah.
I love what you've been posting so far, and you know, I gotta say you're just one tough dude. You know.
Thanks, man.
Impressive.
Yeah, sometime we'll talk about that stuff, but I mean, I guess we got some more fun stuff to talk about.
Yeah. Well, you've made a couple of posts where you haven't said much. You've just hinted. Sometimes you've got to be tough, and you know, I just got to say you are. You know, I mean, this is beyond my imagination. What you're.
Yeah, thanks, man. You know, I haven't wanted to say too much about it, and you know, in time I'll talk about it. I've learned so much, and have so much to share from it. So in time, I'll let it all out.
Yeah, it'll have its own pace, you know.
Yeah.
But right now you're making art, which is the important part. And you know, it's great that you're able to join us here. You know, you're not, you know, hiding away.
Yeah. No, I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been quite a winter, you know. But I think a lot of us feel like we're coming out of this. We're ready to kick some butt, and, you know.
Yeah.
I know Rob's gotten his new shop is about to get opened, and you know we've got a big kind of a release party for the Reinventing app coming up really soon, which been working very hard on that.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff coming, man. I mean, well, everybody's been through tough stuff, you know, and we're all gonna be all right. We're gonna get through all this. Everything's gonna
It's so uncool. I'm sorry.
Oh,
We've got a loud daughter here. Hey, Kaya Rose, I'm sure you can self-propel for 5 minutes, okay? Please. This is Kurt Windish. I haven't talked to him in a while. Uh-oh. Please.
How you doing, Kaya? I can't see you, but hey.
I'm
Rob,
sorry.
how do I get the split screen?
Oh, you got the split screen thing going on?
No. That's
Sometimes
okay.
if you flip back and forth, you get different views.
Yeah, if I don't get it, I don't get it. It's all right. So maybe we just continue.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah,
man,
that
what
was,
you guys
I mean,
are talking about.
we're
and
talking about. Like, I'm sorry.
I'm just blessed he's back, man.
Yeah.
And he's ready, man. I can't even believe we got through last year. And I get to work with this guy again, man. He's a fucking champ. Like what he's been through, and he's still got the heart to come in, you know, and get it done, and then try to even do his best every day when he does it. I'm blessed. Yeah, I'm so glad he's back.
Yeah, and also a very humble dude. We're gonna say all these good things in front of your face, Kurt.
Shucks.
You know, Kurt is almost too humble for as good as he is both an artist, and you know, I'm sure everybody that tattoos him, you know, really enjoys his energy and feels great about what he puts into his tattoos.
I appreciate you guys saying that.
Glad you could join the broadcast tonight too, and you know, hope you don't mind, you know, squirming under the spotlight of compliments in public.
Yeah. Hey, I hope I can contribute more here, you know, soon. And I don't know how I can contribute, but you know, I'm always into it.
Well, you know, I want to also say this to anyone listening. Kurt was really super important in some behind the scenes stuff having to do with the Biome Collective and the encyclopedia. That whole project, I mean, this took years, I mean, almost a decade. And Kurt quietly in the background, organizing track of all these files, making sure that we had the most current one, you know, posting stuff, you know, the job that Killian Moon has taken over since the encyclopedia was published. But yeah, Kurt put countless hours into this, and you know, he doesn't really get a lot of acknowledgement because he's quiet about these things. But yeah, Kurt, thank you for everything you put into that.
Oh man, I was honored to do it, man. Somebody had to do it, right? And I was happy to do it.
You were the man. You were definitely the man for the job.
I tried.
I am about to go read to my daughter.
Okay.
As long as she still wants me to read to her at night, I'm going to still do it.
Hell yeah, man.
But I wanted to drop in and say, hey, and Rob, thank you for hosting this and for having Kurt on. He's a perfect guest, and I'll be catching you guys soon.
See you soon.
What's happening, guy? You have a good
Cheers
night.
to everyone.
Yeah.
All right. So what kind of history can we talk about here? Let's shift.
Let me go ahead and just see. Let's see. You know what? Let me. Were you with us in New York when we met the H.I. Geiger dude?
Yeah, that was wild, man.
All right.
We're okay. So it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. It's like Times Square. It's like another planet, right? We sit down at some shitty diner, right? And he said, I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. I'm sorry, man. But he was Giger's agent, and or something like that.
Yeah, it was H.R. Geiger's main dude, publicist, fucking producer.
Right.
He had some dude from Poland with him, and they came to Guy's booth. When they came
Yeah.
to Guy's booth, I was kind of like, who the fuck is that old kind of,
Right.
you could tell he was kind of some kind of weird H.R. Geiger type dude. And you know, when you seen him, you're like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is
Yeah,
this?
so we're at this crummy diner, right? And he said, you know, the one guy goes to the bathroom and they're talking. He's like, well, you can't fucking do it. He's like, I can't do it, you know? And he's like, give me, I'll fucking do it. And he sits there and he twists the dude right in the diner, you know, just fucking twisting it, you know? And I was like, what the hell? So, well, dude, right here. All right, man.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. Yeah, but he was a cool dude.
Yeah, he was crazy, dude.
Yeah.
The whole way there, he kept telling this dude that was with him, like the publicist guy, you could tell he was a big wig motherfucker. And then the dude with him was like kind of his like dude that carried his bags and did his stuff for him.
Something like that. They were cool dudes too. They were
Super
nice guys.
cool, super fucking cool.
Yeah.
Well, the older dude, the H.R. Geiger's publicist dude, kept telling the one dude, roll the joint, dude, roll the joint. And the dudes, we're walking down the road in New York, and the dude's trying to roll a joint as we're walking.
Oh, that's right, man.
He's busting his balls. He's like, dude, roll the joint, roll the joint. Me, Kurt, and Guy, we're all looking at him like,
Oh.
this dude's gonna be able to roll a joint. Well, we get to the fucking to the little like restaurant where it's a bar, it's fucking all kind of family people in there, and we get there. And the dude tells the dude, "Well, roll the joint up." He's like, "Well, where at?" The dude tells him, "Right here." The dude's like, "No, I ain't gonna roll it up right here, bro. I'm going to jail." So the dude, tells him, "Well, go in the bathroom and roll it." So the dude went to the bathroom. He comes back out 15 minutes later with no joint rolled. The dude looks at him. He's like, "Did you roll that joint?" He's like, "No, I didn't roll it. I got scared." He said, "Give me the fucking weed." He pushes all this shit out. I'm telling you, we're in the middle of the fucking diner. He pushes all the shit out of the way. He breaks it down right in front of him, starts breaking up the joint.
Yeah.
He starts rolling the fucking joint with all these fucking police. And it's a felony in New York to be having the weed.
Is it? Okay.
These motherfuckers are all looking kind of crazy. This dude rolls the whole fucking joint up. He don't give a damn. He rolls it up and gets it all spliffed up and rolled up and shit. And it's a real sticky ass weed too. So he's having a hard time. He gets it rolled and shit. We get outside and he fires that joint up right out. As soon as we walk out, boom, he fires it up and he starts smoking the joint. Well, it was kind of a shitty joint. It wasn't light and very good. Remember, Kurt? So
I do.
It
It's kind of windy.
Yeah, it was windy and it was just running and shit. So they weren't getting high off the joint. I pulled out that fucking dab pen I had with the wax. I dropped the wax in there. I said, "Hey, bro, get this." I handed him that fucking wax pen. He hit that motherfucker, and it was not a like pen that's made wax. I mean, this had wax with a fire, and you lit it had wax. So you're smoking real wax. So he took a big hit off that. That motherfucker was higher than fuck. We got back to the thing, and yeah, we smoked and shit. But yeah, that dude was cool, man. That dude was a cool fucking dude, man. He was telling
that was a neat weekend, man. You know, hey, we're gonna do that again. We're gonna paint.
Oh, for sure, dude.
As and when.
Dude, you will be surprised, Kurt. You will be surprised at how good I paint those boards gray.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm good at that now, bro. I'm good at it.
I learned some tricks since then too, man. I'll share them with you.
I'll pick the boards next time, man. Don't worry about it.
Hey, that's what I'm talking. Hey, that's what I said. I told Guy, I was like, and Guy, I know he didn't tell you, but I told Guy to tell you. I was like, man, tell that fucking dude I'll paint gray boards for his ass all day, dude. I don't give a fuck.
No, he didn't say shit to me. You telling me today, it was the first time I heard about it.
Yeah, Guy, that's what Guy said. Guy's like, no, man, he didn't give a fuck, bro. I guarantee he's not like that, dude. He's got more shit than he ain't worried about that, dude. I was like, oh man, I just, cause like when I did it, I didn't even notice it. I didn't even notice I even did it until like at the end of the night. Towards the end of the night, I'm like, dude, I fucking.
Dude, that was crazy, right? We were up. Okay, so there's a main ballroom, and then there was like balconies, and we were up on it like this little aisle, and we were way out of the way. I'm like, you know what the fuck? We're not gonna get anybody up here, you know? And wouldn't you believe it? It was like Saturday, Sunday. There's a line up the steps the whole way down the aisle, waiting to talk to Guy to get signature pictures or whatever.
Yeah.
It was a thing.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. It was a good weekend.
And if he wasn't there doing that, he was doing an interview. Like they'd be like, dude, they were on him, dude. They were on him. It was crazy. Like you said, it was fucking crazy.
I'm glad he slung a bunch of them books because I didn't want to carry them back, man.
Yeah.
I didn't want to load them back into the truck.
That was a lot of them books too.
There's a lot of books. A lot of fucking books.
Amazing.
I mean, that was a lot of books.
They're heavy. Just one's kind of heavy for a book, man.
Yeah, I think they're like 12 pounds.
Yeah, dude. The palette when I don't know how if it was just a one, but when I first, not when I first, but I was at Hyperspace getting tattooed right around that time when the books dropped, and right around Hell City time, and he's like, "Fuck, Rob, we're gonna go to Hell City and drop these books, man." And I was like, "Fuck, I'm there, dude. You ain't even gotta tell me one time. I'm there. I'm painting, jamming, whatever you say. I'm down with it. I'm into
Yeah,
it."
that was a fun one too. Yeah.
But yeah, he had tons of books everywhere, man. I was like, "Holy shit!" And I seen you guys come with them books. I'm like, "Holy fuck, that's a lot of books."
A lot of books.
Amazing though, man. I'm telling you, dude. I'm not just saying this. I mean, you already fucking know, dude. And I'm religious too, so I'm kind of my own thing on that. But besides the Bible, that has to be, dude, the best book in the world, dude. For real. I mean, it just really is, dude. Anybody that has not seen that fucking book, don't even buy it. Don't even buy it, but go look at it. And then after you look at it, then you make your decision if you want to buy it or not. But definitely go check it out. If you haven't looked at that Biomech Encyclopedia, you're missing out. You're cheating.
Oh, it's massive.
You're
massive.
cheating, right? Yeah, dude. Yeah, you kill it, dude. I'd say I don't want to, it might sound, not even hating. It's just, dude, I'd say between you, Guy, I like Chris a lot too, dude. I really like that wood grain fucking bio shit he does, dude. He does shit that a lot of people don't do. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at Chris's stuff, when you see Chris's shit, you're like, that's Chris, that's Chris, that's Chris, that's Chris. Kind of like Guys, you can see Guy's stuff and say, that's Guy, that's Guy, that's Guy. You know what I'm saying? That's
what, you know, it becomes a language, and when you're a student, you can see it. I mean, it's a language. You can just see it. You don't need a little signature. You know?
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, your shit's crazy, man. Yeah, my son wants to get his fucking arm done by you.
Yeah, once we get traveling here, once everything opens up, man, we'll do it.
Yeah, it'd be super cool, man. I want to get my hand done by Mike Cole. Well, not want to, I'm going to. As soon as I can.
I'd like to visit him too, man.
Dude, I so got to get my hand done by him. I asked him. He said, anytime I want, come on up there and we'll get it done. But I'd like to have him. I mean, I know he's a for real motherfucker, so he don't do a lot of traveling. But if he ever comes down by Guy, I'd like to go down there and have maybe some bio collab type fucking bright cube shit and built up in the center of my hand.
Hell yeah.
Real good.
That last TED talk you did, man, with your other friend from Chicago.
Oh yeah.
I remember his name.
Matthew Steins.
Yeah. You guys were talking about Fat Joe a lot, man.
Oh yeah.
Oddly enough, man, the one guy that I work with today was down here. He's like, look at this machine. We were talking about another machine. He was like, this is one of Fat Joe's from Chicago's. I was like, get the hell out of here, man. I just watched the podcast where they just talked about him for like 20, 30 minutes.
Joe was a gangster, dude. That motherfucker, bro, I ain't lying, dude. That motherfucker was out of control, dude. If you had him, dude, I'm telling you, you honestly, most motherfuckers hated Joe because Joe didn't give a fuck, dude. He really didn't give a fuck. And he was a biker too, dude. So not only was he already a character, but he was a biker. And not only was he just a regular biker, he was a leader type biker. You know what I'm saying? Like he was I guess you can say it's because it doesn't really matter. So ain't no one can come burn my shop down over it. He used to be the president of the Brothers Motorcycle Club in Chicago back in the days when they were having all those blow your motorcycle clubhouse up type shit. So, you know what I'm saying? Joe was a for real fucking out of control dude. And then when all that blow your clubhouse type shit started happening, he retired. So he's like, yeah, y'all blow your own shit up. But he kind of retired and to keep his family safe too. He had kids and stuff like that. He had a daughter that was young. He had a son that was young. So he retired from all that. But yeah, once you're fucking like a biker and that high up, you already know you're doing some crazy, weird fucking shit. So he was just a crazy dude, man. And then when he just started tattooing the whole time, he just did crazy shit at the shop. And if he liked you, like, and I was real good friends with Joe. I mean, I was on Fat Joe's team for sure. I was Fat Joe. I was Fat Joe's team for sure. So if you were on his team, he would cut for you. He'd give you shit. He'd do stuff for you. He'd let you make it. You could come in late every once in a while. You could do a little bit of shit and get away with it without getting fired. So I like that about Joe. And then Joe, he was just real. You know, he was just real as fuck, man. He didn't give a fuck, dude. He did some stupid, horrendous bad shit to people. Like he would take, dude, he did some bad shit, bro. Like he took fucking one, and I don't condone it by no means. There's a lot of shit I like about Joe, and there's some shit that I would never in a million years take from Joe. So, and I told Jack Rudy this myself, because I you know, I'm not best friends with Jack, but I know Jack, and Jack tattooed my thumb, and I went up there and met him and stuff like that. And I told him, Joe, a piece of shit. He took his Jack Rudy's Tat Soul, dude, and fucking put it on t-shirts. So he's running Tat Soul Club tattoo shirts by Jack Rudy. So Jack Rudy wanted to kill fucking Fat Joe. He hated Fat Joe. So when Tattoo the Earth came around, if you worked at J Dragon, you couldn't even go to Tattoo the Earth. So when Tattoo the Earth came by, I worked at J Dragon. And this was the deal. If you worked at J Dragon and you went to Tattoo the Earth, you got fired. That's how that went down. If Fat Joe found out you went to Tattoo the Earth, you got fired that same day. Well, I didn't tell nobody. I still went. I'm the only one in the whole shop that went, dude. And I didn't know at the time neither, because I didn't realize that Fat Joe even stole that fucking tat guy, that tat club. It was a badass fucking tat. It was a tribal dude like this. It was a tat guy making a muscle, and it was all tribal with a fucking like cholo mustache. And it was the tat club.
Like the bad boy thing where it was like,
Jack Rudy.
Yeah. No,
Jack
I know.
Fucking tat, dude.
I think I have a picture of it in the case somewhere.
But
I'm not gonna go get it right now.
He did. He ripped it off from fucking Jack Rudy. Jack Rudy wanted to kill Joe, man. And
imagine he wasn't happy.
Rightfully fucking so, because it was a badass fucking tat club fucking tattoo. And then after he made those shirts, it was like a kind of a feud. And then everybody fucking hated Fat Joe because he was doing it and like to make fun. He would do it to piss him off. No other fucking reason but to piss off Jack Rudy. You know what I'm saying? And that's Joe's fucked up thinking, you know what I'm saying? He did it to Cherry Creek, anything Cherry Creek, he did it to JD Crow, he did it to everybody. Anybody that he wanted, he just took their shit, put it on a shirt and sold it. And you know what the bad thing is that motherfucker was a badass artist, dude. He was a super badass artist. Fat Joe was a super badass tattoo artist. And he drew his own shit, dude. So anything he could have drawn and did, it would have been super badass shirt, but he never did that. Because to Joe, it was a game. He was Italian too. So he would like, like it's a joke, like fuck you, you know what I'm saying? So to Joe, it was like that was his way of tattooing. It was the Chicago dirt style, you know what I'm saying? The Chicago gritty, you know, didn't give a fuck, burn you, take your whatever, don't, you know, that was just his style. But when it came to fucking tattooing conventions, you weren't going to them, man, because he didn't want you to get into arguments and fights and all that bullshit there. Because if you went there with a J Dragon shirt on and stuff like that, here's an example. When I went to Tattoo the Earth, which I wasn't allowed to go to, I wasn't supposed to go to, I had all my J Dragon gear on because I didn't give a fuck. I wore my hat, I wore all my shit, but I must have gave a fuck a little bit. I didn't go to Jack's booth. I went to everybody's booth and hung out with them and took pictures with them and G'd it up with them. I actually went to Guy's booth and I talked to Guy for a little bit there, and he was super cool with me too, dude. That's another reason why I kind of started really liking Guy. Well, I've already liked him before that, but then when he was super cool with me, that just showed me like he was kind of a real dude, man, and it was kind of cool, man. And then I had my J Dragon gear on, and then I seen Jack Rudy over by his booth. I was like, oh hell no, and I went the other way. So I kind of did care, I guess. So I wasn't stupid enough to go by Jack's booth that early in the game. But yeah, 20 years later, I walked in Jack Rudy's shop, and I had my J Dragon hat on, which I still have on. This is J Dragon, dude. This is a J Dragon hat, original J Dragon hat. But I logoed my logo here and my Euro logo here, and then on the back it says world famous J Dragon with Fat Joe's logo on it. And I'll tell you how I got these real quick. He went through Bitney company to make tattoo hats. He made like $50,000 worth and then died, so he didn't get to pick up all of his order.
You
So
say Vicky?
they ended up selling the hats for $2 a piece. So I bought all the hats. I bought them all. Dude. I bought all the fucking hats. I got so many goddamn hats that ain't funny. And I logoed them all with Euro Tattoo and my thing. So they're like commemorative hats for Fat Joe. And I give them away to my customers. And these ones here are only mine. I gave you one, Kurt, when I came to Hell City. Remember? Oh, yeah. It said Tattoo Power on it. I gave you one of my personal hats from Fat Joe. That's where that came from. So yeah, I did that. And when I went to get tattooed by Jack, he seen my hat, dude. Because I wasn't gonna say anything at first, but I went there Rick Walters was sick, man. He had medicals and bills and stuff, and they were doing an art thing, so painting, and you just donate your paintings, and they were just gonna have a little thing. So I painted a few paintings, bro, and I gave them to him and stuff so they could auction them off and keep all the money. Well, lo and behold, it went from a fucking medical bills to he ended up fucking passing away, dude, in between the time that they were planning the shit. So Rick Walters died. So I was like, fuck, man. I'd already sent my paintings and stuff. So I told a couple of people, I'm like, hey, man, well, out of respect, I'm just going to come, dude. I'm going to come there to the thing. And that way I can help them a little bit more. It's easier to help them, send a little, a few little blessings like that. So I actually, me and my wife went to California, and we went to the passing thing, and it was a big thing by Sullen, an art gallery thing, and it was super cool, dude. They did some amazing shit for him, but I was gonna get tattooed by him originally too. Because I kind of wanted to get tattooed by him at first, and I was telling my wife maybe we should maybe go down there when they had the big party, and I'll get tattooed by him. So it was kind of in our plans maybe to go there anyway. If he's doing well, he would be there too, and I want to get a little tattoo by him that said Rick Walters will stab you, because Rick Walters will stab your ass. So I really wanted to get one of those tattoos by him. So I didn't get to, but I got a hold of Jack, man, and I got a super badass story about Jack Rudy, and I can't tell it right now, but I got a real cool story. But anyway, so I went to his shop, and I wanted to get tattooed by him, and they're like, dude, there's no fucking way in a million years you're getting tattooed by Jack Rudy, bro. That doesn't happen like that, dude. You got to get an appointment, you got to do all the bullshit, then you got to go through the changes, and then you got to go through Jack Rudy's schedule, and then you got to go through Jack Rudy's schedule again, and then you'll probably get a tattoo from him. I'm like, really? All that? They're like, yes, it's a lot of fucking changes when you're getting tattooed by Jack, bro. It's a lot of changes, and it's a whole bunch of Jacks doing his thing. I was like, well, I already knew that part. I was like, all right, well, that's cool, man. So I was about to leave, and I don't want to throw nobody under the bus or get them fired, but this kid came up to me. He's like, hey, dude, if you really want to get tattooed by Jack, I'm going to give you his wife's personal number. And I was like, oh, all right, fuck yeah. So he did. He gave me her number. So I called her. I texted her, actually, because he told me don't call her. He said, text her. So I texted her, and I was like, look, hey, this is who I am. My name's Robert Schaal. I'm from Chicago. I want to get tattooed by Jack. I'm a big fan of Jack's. And I told him the whole thing about Rick. And I told him, ooh, this and that. And, I might have even said I was friends with a guy, you know what I'm saying? So, I really wanted to get tattooed by Jack while I was down there. So I was like, yeah, I've been tattooed by Guy. I've been tattooed by Ty. I've been tattooed by a few people. I've been tattooed by Sir Twice, because I know he's friends with Sir Twice, because Sir Twice is a letter guy. So I'm like, yeah, I'm real good friends with Twice. He's tattooed me. He's guest spotted at my shop and stuff. And I'd really like to get tattooed by you, Jack, while I'm down here for the Rick Walters thing. So lo and behold, yeah, he came down, and I got tattooed by him. And when he seen my hat, dude, I could tell instantly when he seen my hat. He was like, what the fuck? So I instantly said, I know, dude, I know. I said, I used to work there. I said, but I don't believe in all that bullshit that he did. I said, so anything stupid he did, I said, that's on him. I can't claim with none of the stupid shit he did, dude. I said, so that's between you and him. I said, I just tattoo and check IDs, bro. I said, Fat Joe, I worked for him for a while, and I liked him, but the shit, a lot of the shit he did was really fucked up, dude. So believe me when I tell you, I know Joe is fucked up. And then he kind of chuckled, and then he was like, yeah. He's like, and then after that, man, he just asked me this. So what'd he fucking die of? And then I kind of told him how he died and passed away and shit. And then he was kind of cool and just nodded his head and stuff. But the whole time I'm looking right in back of him, and there's fucking his tat soul guy, right? Fucking, I'm like, ah, shit. Because yeah, Joe, he did douchebag shit. He did some crazy shit all the time, yeah. But I'll tell you what, he did have some good running machines, man. Joe had some good running machines. He had them made in China, but the machines ran pretty good, man. To be honest, I'm not even gonna lie about it, man.
The one I saw today, man, was purple, like a shiny purple, man. It had like the geometry looked so odd, but it looked like it would work. It was just shiny, bright purple, man.
I would have loved to have seen it. Because one thing about Joe, a lot of people don't know this, man, but Fat Joe was making machines for a long fucking time, dude. For a long time.
It looked like it could have been like, it wasn't just like a one-off. It looked like there was a lot of them made.
Oh, yeah.
I got a picture of it. That's all I got. The guy almost had it here, but it was a half an hour away. He's like, I'm not going to get it. I have a picture, yeah.
Yeah, maybe later send me a picture of it.
I'll text it to you in a minute.
Yeah, for sure, man. Because, yeah, he did a lot of machines, man. When I worked for Joe, this is how good I was with Joe. This is how good of friends we were, man. Because I was friends with Joe, too, even though – and then there at the end, he's kind of turned into an asshole, but he was getting sicker and stuff. But, and Joe was always real paranoid, man. He was like a paranoid dude, you know what I'm saying? Not that someone was going to do something to him, but that somebody was going to steal something from him or someone was going to steal his money. Like, he's the type of person, he'd be like, kid, you write that down? And you'd be like, yeah, bro, I just wrote it down. I just wrote it down, Joe. And then he'd say, Cindy, did he write it down? You'd be like, motherfucker, I just told you I wrote it down. You ain't got to ask her. Ask me. The sheet's right there. You just asked me. We're both standing right here by the sheet, Joe. The fuck?
Yeah, man.
But you know what I'm saying? That's just how he was. So basically, I felt like saying, but you couldn't. I felt like saying, Joe, why in the fuck did you even ask me? You should have just asked Cindy. Cindy, did he write that down? Because you just asked me. And then after I said, yeah, then you asked Cindy. And this would be an everyday thing, bro. I don't care if you worked there 20 fucking years. He would say, George, anybody, he'd say, did you write that down? And then they'd say, yeah. And then he'd say, Cindy, did you write it down? So it'd be like, fuck, dude, why don't you just take that one step out and ask Cindy? You know what I'm saying? But you can't say it to him because Joe is fucking weird, dude. But
I remember hearing stories about them keeping tracks. So, they make all their needles, right? Yeah. And they would distribute the needles, And if they didn't get paid, they'd be like, hey, I gave you this many needles and you didn't pay me. I remember hearing all these stories. And like I said, I think something that you're going to stumble on with your podcast is all these old stories. And it's going to be different people, different places, but the same stories. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be so cool just to hear here, there, all the different places.
That's absolutely. I like it too, dude, because you really get to hear. I mean, in the tattoo world, in the tattoo industry, I mean, I guess there's a lot of things that fuck you. You almost can only say 60% of the stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because people will look at you real crazy, dude. You say all the crazy
things. Yeah. Yeah, we can't say everything,
And it's just, it really is. Back in the days when you start talking tattoo history, you'd be talking pirates and whores and bikers and shit, man. So it just
you know what I mean? It's a little seedy, and it's gonna be like we were saying, it's gonna be motorcycle clubs and guys that like to not have any hair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a lot, dude. It really is. Back in the days, it used to be crazy. Nowadays, you don't associate it with bikers, dude. My shop, dude. And I'll be honest, dude. I'm from Rockford, Illinois. Anybody that don't know Rockford, Illinois, just do a little bit of research on it. You'll see there's a whole bunch of motorcycle clubs around this area. But I'll tell you what, I mean, and we've tattooed them all, just about all of them. You know what I'm saying? They come in and get tattooed here. I check IDs and tattoos. That's all I do. I don't give a fuck about none of that extra stuff. But I'll tell you, for the most part, I guarantee you, we get more of the upper middle class than we get any kind of bikers or any kind of gangbangers or any kind of craziness. We don't really get a lot of that here, man.
Yes, it's pretty much the same here. I mean, but it doesn't matter who you talk to, where they are. You're still going to get that origin story. You know? It's always going to be seedy. Like, it doesn't matter who you talk to.
The old days, everybody had to go to the tattoo shop to get tattoos. Nowadays, You know, bikers, they got their own tattoo guys. You know, gangbangers, they got their own tattoo guys. Now in this day and age, you don't really see as much of the craziness as you used to see, because the craziness type people, they already have some craziness type tattooer, because tattooing is so mainstream in 2020, 21, 22, that everybody knows somebody that tattoos. But not everybody knows somebody that tattoos like Kurt or like Guy, you know what I'm saying, or a couple people that are fortunate enough to be around some of our shops. And I've even looked at your Instagram too, James. You know, you do really nice work too, dude. I mean, obviously, I don't tattoo as well as I would like to. I haven't been tattooing in the last 15 years consecutively. I own shops and I still tattoo here and there. And if someone comes in and it's something that I want to do and I feel I can just smash it out of the park and they're going to super love me to death, I'll do it for them. But other than that, I got, you know, like 10, 15 people that I work with that tattoo with me and stuff like that. And I run the shops and buy everything, pay for everything, make sure everything goes good, make sure all the shops run phenomenally, make sure nothing gets messed with and everything goes real smooth under control, you know? So I think everything's going real good, and keep a lot of the crazy people out of it. Now it's a lot more art driven. I like it.
Yeah, what you were saying in the last one that I watched with you, man, you were saying like if you guys were gonna come in late because you had a time log and there were people there in the shop and it was always packed. Like if you were coming in late, you would pay the shop the money just to come in an hour late and rate like you were late. Like, man, I couldn't even imagine running a shop like that now. You know?
Yeah,
oh my God, man.
That's how it was. It was so, dude. It was so crazy at Jade Dragon. It was so busy there that it wasn't, dude. I'm telling you, Steins was talking. He said that there were like 30, 40 tattoos a day there. Dude, way more than that. Way more.
That's crazy.
I'm telling you, way more than that. Because Steins wasn't like I am. Steins is kind of like I am, but not. I'm into the business part real deep, bro, and I'm into the money part at first real deep. So when I worked at Jade Dragon, I shouldn't have, but I would look at the sheets. So I would be like looking at the sheets from a business standpoint. I wasn't even looking at it like from a tattoo artist guy. I was looking at it like, look how much fucking money this dude is making. And dude, Fat Joe was making $40,000 to $50,000 on a Friday and Saturday, every Friday and Saturday. Nines was not joking, dude. I was pulling, dude, I'm not bullshit, $6,000 to $7,000 a week out of that motherfucker every single week, dude. I mean, hey, that was a long time ago, so I hope the IRS don't hear about that one, but I'm serious. We called it doing the thing, bro. We had a sheet and had 20, from 1 to 20. If you filled up that whole sheet, it was called doing the thing. If you filled up 2 of those sheets in a day, it was called doing the damn thing. So me, I'd fill 1 sheet every day because I was a body piercer. So I would tattoo and fill up 1 sheet. So I'd do the damn thing every day. So I would go be telling them, hey, you motherfuckers are wives. You ain't doing shit. Because I would pierce and do all the tattoos. And we'd team up, like me, Steins, and a couple other people. We'd team up against the whole other fucking half of the shop. Because Joe liked it like that. He didn't like everybody in the shop getting along. He liked it everybody in the shop grouping up in like 3 or 4 groups. So if anybody ever got mad and quit, the whole crew didn't leave. It would only be like 2 or 3 motherfuckers that were mad and left, instead of the whole fucking crew just wiping out on him, because you know he couldn't handle that. But if he kept everybody divided a little bit, he'd always win. And I never really figured that out until after I left. I'm like, oh, that's fucking exactly why he did that. I'm like, yeah, he didn't want nobody fucking abandoning ship on him and taking the whole crew with him. So yeah, he had it all broke up to where different people would click up to each other. And he would like say if he thought if me and Kurt were into cahoots real good and he didn't like us being buddies, he would make us go to lunch different times and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He'd switch our shifts up to where I wouldn't be working with Kurt because he would think I would, or if he thought Kurt would get in my mind, he'd do weird shit. That's how Joe was. So he would kind of like let people group up together as long as it worked for the shop. The minute there was any frustration or chaos or bullshit, if it was one of the people doing it, dude, he was fast to get rid of you. If there was a weasel in the wood pile or whatever you call it, he'd get rid of him. He'd fire him. Like me, I'd come in late. Steins would come in late. We'd all come in late every once in a while, but we'd have an excuse. I would tell him why we were late. One time this artist came in, a good artist, man, that's been there like 3 years, came in one time. And Joe asked him why he's late. The dude says, no excuse, I'm just late. Joe's like, you ain't got no excuse, you're just late? He said, yeah, I'm just late, man. He's like, okay, go pack your shit. And the dude looked at him funny. He's like, bro, I'm just late. He's like, yeah, you don't got no excuse. Get your shit and get out of my shop. And then I was thinking, I was like, damn, this dude fired this motherfucker because he wasn't even smart enough to give him an excuse on why he was late. If he would have just told Joe, oh, Joe, I was backed up. There was a car in front of me, had a flat tire, some kind of little story to make it okay with Joe, he would have still had his job. But when he told Joe, no excuse, get out of here. You're done. You're done. Yeah.
That's all business, man.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, he made sure that no one else said they didn't have no excuse.
What year did you start tattooing with him?
Fuck, I've been tattooing professionally in professional shops since 2000, but I've been in the tattoo world pretty much my whole life, man. My uncle's been tattooing for a long time, long fucking time. He was actually the president of the Illinois Tattoo Association. I don't really tell a lot of people this because he doesn't like me that much. He's my uncle, man. He loves me, dude, and I love him too, dude. But it's a real bitter kind of relationship we have, dude. You know, I don't want to get too much into it, but I'll get a little bit into it since you asked. Yeah, my uncle was the president of the Illinois Tattoo Association, and he was a tattoo artist. And for my whole fucking life, I've been knowing tattoo. So it was no big deal to me. He used to come to our house with all the tattoo stuff and all that, so I've seen it my whole life. And then one time I needed his help. And I called him. I was like, hey, dude, my fucking dad's all over. He's all drinking and shit. Let me come play with you. So he's like, all right, dude. So he came to pick me up and brought me back to Rockford, Illinois. And I lived with him in Rockford, Illinois. And he was a tattoo artist. He said forever. You know, a real tattoo artist. And so every fucking day, he was scared too. So I had to go straight to the fucking tattoo shop. So when I got done with school, I'd walk to the tattoo shop every day. And then we'd go there and I'd play chess or whatever, watch the tattoo all fucking day, and flash and do drawings, outlines. And dude, I always had me doing drawings and coloring, dude. And I never fucking really knew why he was doing it. But I was doing it just nonetheless because that's what he fucking told me to do. So I did that for a few years and stuff like that. And I always kind of wanted to be a tattoo artist. And he asked me to be a tattoo artist a couple times, but I was never really into it, dude, because it wasn't exciting to me. It wasn't something cool to me at the time. There was a lot of bikers, dude. There was a lot of fucking bad actors at the shop that I seen. So I wasn't real hip on doing it, to be honest. And then I said no to the job at 18. Nah, I'm not into that. I'd rather do that. I'd rather smoke weed and drink and party and do all this than have a job. So I didn't do it. But lo and behold, later on down the road, he talked me into doing it, and then I went there and I started tattooing professionally in the shop. And then I've been tattooing professionally. I've been around it, like I said, my whole life. My whole entire life, I've been around tattooing. I've taken little tattoo needles from him. I ran his machine a couple times, stuff like that. But I was pretty much a decent kid, you know. When I lived with him, I never grabbed his machines and did that shit. I never did it, dude. I just, you know, because I had a lot of respect for him at the time, dude. And so I never really fucked with none of his stuff. And plus, he's always, if you touch something to his, he knows it's moved. He's that type of dude. So by proxy, you didn't want to get your ass kicked neither. Because like I said, he was on the biker end of the spectrum at the time. So, you know, I just lived with him and he treated me right, dude. And it was all good and shit. I'll tell you a little story. One time I was watching him tattoo. I was about in the 7th grade. And he was doing this big old fucking pirate ship on this dude's back. And he was pulling them fucking lines, dude. He was killing it, dude. It was amazing. It was a beautiful tattoo. And I was looking at it. And he went to pull that fucking line. And he did. He pulled it and he ran it to the wrong spot. And I seen it. And it was on this dude's back.
Oh, you didn't say it.
Yeah, I was so proud. I even told him, I'm like, Uncle Bubba. I said, you just ran that line wrong. When I did, he turned his ring. He had a big old ring like I did. He turned that ring backwards, cracked me in the head. I'm like, oh shit. I just fucked up, man. He didn't say a word. He just said, I was like, oh shit. I walked out of the room. And then later on, after the tattoo, he's like, what the fuck are you doing, you dumbass? He said, it's on that dude's back. He will never be able to know what to do. I said, you're gonna, he said, dude, don't never fucking do that again. And that was lesson 1 in the tattoo shop. That was lesson 1 right there, a little crack in the head. But yeah, after that, I started tattooing probably 2000 professionally, but I've been into it my whole life. I've been around it and seeing all kind of crazy tattoo shit. Yeah.
It's a crazy life, right?
Oh, it's crazy life. Well, usually we usually do like an hour podcast, dude. This is we did like an hour and a half on accident.
Oh shit.
I guess we're all still alive and everything's good, so I guess it didn't hurt nobody. Yeah, but I guess we'll maybe go a couple more minutes, but we'll call it a night, man. I appreciate you coming on, Kurt, man, and taking the night and spending with us. I appreciate it, James, showing us your
Thanks for having me.
That's a super dope box, man. That's they call that right there a retirement box.
That
That
is
is.
something like that, possibly. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows, man?
I'm gonna.
Might come in handy if something happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna give
Oh, this too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I know. I went downstairs and looked because I showed you
What
this
year
one.
is that one?
Oh man, you told me about the corner, and then I went down and looked, and I found something else.
I'm gonna say 1957 or 1968.
The first date is 1951, and then 1968.
Yeah, you got the 68 edition. I got these ones here are that book right there is like probably like monetary value, probably like $200. These books go for like $200 in good condition like this. That white one that you have, those books go anywhere from like 300 to that's a real good book, man. Anywhere that one right there. Probably,
man, what you told me about that, I don't think I ever would have figured that out, man.
check this
That's
out.
really cool to know.
I think hold on. Let me grab
It makes perfect sense, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Why?
This is the only one that I've ever seen.
With the corner.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why they cut it out.
Oh, shit, the
Why they
price
cut it out.
Get out.
Check this out. So these are some old ones, dude. Sorry, let me see. Let's see. Yeah, I gotta. Oh, there we go. See there?
Corner, yeah. It's almost it's the same cut.
Oh yeah. Same as that cut. I believe Milton now after years of research, if you look real close, that's done with a pen.
Yeah, I see it's a big old 2, man.
Yeah. And after asking people and looking at your book and seeing other people's book with that corner, it's the exact same cut. And I'm thinking that Milton Zeis, because he's a moneymaker, bro. He was a carny, he was a carnival guy, he was a sword swallower. He did all kinds of magic tricks, shrunken heads, all kind of crazy shit, dude. I got a lot of stuff from him. And I'm thinking that just because of the price of the book, he went ahead and raised the price of the book, because I think he only did X amount of them at first. And I read an article one time that he said it was pretty much if he ended up selling these books, he'd go ahead and do another run of the books. So I think that's where the yellow book actually came from. And then they also have another run of this book actually done by I don't want to wrongfully say, but I think I'm not sure who does it, but this book is for sale somewhere, but it's 2000 edition, like 2011. It's like $20 somewhere. I think it might be fuck, I don't know. I'm not gonna say because I'd be wrong. I don't want to be wrong. But they do have this book, and it's like 20. This one here, like you got, probably $200 book, at least. Yeah. And
There's only 500 of these made.
I think there's only 500 of those made. I'm
Damn.
not positive, but I think there's only 500 of those books made of that particular one. And then they did a rerun on those books in 51, and they came out with this one. He didn't do that one. He did that one in 1947. And then in 1947, I think he only did, dude, I think, man, I'm not positive, but I think I'm going to say 85% right on this one. I think he did like 500 of those, that first edition one. And then he wrote, like, if he get a big enough response on him, he would go ahead and he'd re-release it again. But he didn't re-release it. He re-released this one. And then again in I think it was 68, he released this one again right before he passed away. That, and I have, hold on, man, I'll show you something real
What's the date on the inside of that one you have there?
quick. I got them both, but this one here is 68, 51 and 68. Here, watch this. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna go to my safe real quick. All right, we'll close our segment with this. Whoo, that's a showstopper.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bundle.
Look at it real close. Look at the writing. Can you see it?
I can see it. General
That's the address from the last run of those books that you just got. You showed me. This is a stack of them in the production run.
Man.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
I got this from Milton Zeis's stepdaughter. I bought them actually. But yeah, man.
Oh, man. Dude, I know you want to get going. I know there's a bunch of shit we could still keep
dude.
talking about, man. There's a couple things I want to talk to you about. We'll catch up later, man.
Yeah, we'll definitely close it up. But yeah, man, we could sit here and fucking talk for another 2 days. But yeah, man.
Go on.
We'll get together and we'll paint for sure, man. I appreciate it, Kurt, man. I appreciate it, James.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Talk, and we're gonna be doing it again. We'll get together with Kurt and James. We'll get us a few more people together, and we'll have us a tent talk and show some more stuff and kick it around some more. So,
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having us. Have fun.
have a
See
good
ya.
night.
Thanks, dude.
Awesome.
Take care.
Cheers. Thanks, everyone. We're going to close this out with the Android Jones video again real quick. And yeah, we'll catch up with everybody in the near future.
Later, Gabe.
Cheers.
Have a good night, buddy.